Hi guys, welcome to Joyful Living. My name is Joy, and I am so glad to have you here. I love to dive into different topics. This is my YouTube channel. I just like to give you tips and tricks and things to think about. And so if this is your first time joining me, thank you so much. Stay, it's fun over here. And if you've been here a handful of times or for every episode, know that I appreciate you and I'm excited to kind of give you guys, what you need. I'm giving you a little fun today. I know I've already said that twice. You're going to be hearing that word a lot because today is all about fun. Today is about fun, okay? And I want to say fun is more important than you think. So I'm looking over here. This is where my notes are. If you've been here, you know that. But I really want to get into fun, not just as something that we have when you've reached a certain point, right? But fun is actually an important thing that drives many humans, or a thing that brings fulfillment into your life. It can be easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, in needing to pay bills, taking care of kids, making sure there's a roof over your head, working, right? Being serious. But I've noticed that life can get too serious. We can get too serious and we can move too fast. And when you live seriously and you move quickly, you don't create room to enjoy life. People say that you only live once. No, you only die once. You live every day. And so the theme of this month is expansion, and expanding your mind view, expanding your thoughts, expanding your world. And I think fun is a huge part of that because it gets us out of autopilot. It gets us out of our routine. So I want to talk about fun from a psychological standpoint at first. We're going to do like the big brain stuff first, and then we're going to get into ways to have fun. Okay, so stay with me. Put me at 1.5 if you have to. If you got a short attention span, that's fine. So the neuroscience and psychology of fun, it reduces stress, okay? Fun acts as a mental reset. It lowers your stress and your cortisol levels, which helps combat chronic stress and burnout. I will tell you, I've lived on the spectrum. I went to school for dance, so I lived on the spectrum of having fun all the time but not having any money for bills. And that led to stress and burnout. And I've also lived on we're working all the time, we're in the hamster wheel, we're very serious, we're trying to make sure we pay all our bills, no fun, nowhere. And that also led to burnout. And I'm working on finding this middle ground where I'm not shirking my responsibilities, but I'm not only existing in my responsibilities. I'm finding a middle ground of I work a 9 to 5 to pay the bills. And then I use that security and I use that freedom and I use that space that I have from doing what needs to be done, that little extra space to have fun, to travel. Like we're going to get into fun. But it gives you chemical rewards. So it boosts, like in your brain, it boosts dopamine and serotonin, which improves your mood. It improves your emotional balance. It improves your attention to life. I talked about autopilot a little bit. I feel like, I don't know about y'all, but when I get really serious or really stressed about something and I'm, really in work mode, like I get really short on attention and I get into really an autopilot where I'm just going through the motions. I'm just existing day to day. I'm not really being present, right? It's important to be present in life because if not, you're missing out. And fun helps us be present. Play is heavily wired into the human brain. And it's tied directly to curiosity, experimentation, and creativity, which give us an evolutionary edge, right? Being able to be creative, being able to be free thinkers. And I talk about creativity in my first episode this month. Go back and watch it. Why we need fun. It grounds us in the present, right? Fun induces a flow state. I don't know about you, but like time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. Because you're enjoying life, right? You're living. That's the whole point, right? The whole point of life is not to go to work, pay the bills, and die. No thanks. I would like to exist in a fun space. It forces you to be in the now. Similar to deep meditation is what one of my resources says. It strengthens relationships. So being able to have fun in a group setting, right? Building community, right? Laughing with each other, comedy, humor, like all those things, having fun experiences with one another, like that helps create and cultivate network, create and cultivate community. It's super important. And we need community to live, okay? Like it's biologically wired in us to have love and belonging, says Brene Brown. And it fuels lifelong learning. So, you see that kids learn best through play and experience and experiment. And I think we get into this idea that like we grow up and we just suddenly shift. But I don't think that's necessarily true. Just because you're older does not mean that you grow up or you grow out of that childlike state, right? I feel like all of us have like an inner child. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but I definitely do, and you can learn best through play and through fun. It encourages you to embrace your inner amateur, as is what this says, allowing you to try new things without being paralyzed by the fear of failure. So I don't know if I have any recovering people pleasers or perfectionists in the room. Definitely me. I feel like I've definitely moved out of those identities, but when you feel the need to be perfect all the time and never make mistakes, new things can be paralyzing. Because I don't necessarily like being good at new things because I'm not good at it, right? Fun is a reset. It's a way to bring new energy. It's a way to have a full and well-rounded life and be able to make mistakes or, mess up or learn new things without it being so like we're so serious. Like this day and age, we're so serious sometimes, and I get it. There's a place for serious, okay? There's a place for seriousness. You just can't laugh your way out of your bills, right? Or just have fun. It's like obviously you have to take care of what needs to be taken care of, but fun helps you get out of the day-to-day monotony. So I'm going to talk about different kinds of fun. Identity and self-discovery. So fun reveals who you are beneath obligations. Besides work, besides all those roles, trying new activities shows you things that you may not know. Maybe you go to karaoke and you've never really sung, but turns out like you're really good. Or you go to a pottery class and you do like one of those paint pottery things and you find out you're really good at it, These are things you don't know, right? It gets you outside of what you're obligated to do. I don't know. These are just fun things to me. We're going to name more fun. But if those aren't your cup of tea, don't worry about it, right? You can't expand into a version of yourself that you've never met. If you've never had fun, if you've never explored things or been new at things, how are you going to find things that you're good at? The world can be very, very small if you don't open up your worldview. And fun gives you an abundance mindset. Fun gives you an abundance mindset. So people who make time for fun signal to themselves that life isn't all just survival and productivity. It's a shift from scarcity into abundance thinking. Because when you're stuck in scarcity mindset, it can be difficult to justify fun. Right? And we can get stuck in like, oh, well, I'm hearing like fun costs money. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to cost money. There's so many fun things to do. I'll get into just a second. But when you learn how to enjoy life and explore and be open and have fun in a different setting, it allows you to stop getting stuck in that scarcity mindset, in that survival mindset of needing to work and pay bills all the time. Because I don't know about y'all, but that just sounds exhausting even just talking about it. So what are some different things that you can do to have fun? Let's talk about different things and then I'll point out which ones are free. Because there's varying levels of fun, right? Some people are private jet fun. Some people are walk in the sun fun, and everything in between. And some people are a little bit of both. So poolside for the summer. It's summer right now. It's middle of June. You can lay out the pool. The sun is good for you. Friends, grill at the pool, hang out, play some good music, tan. I don't know about you people, but I'm trying to get dark. I actually did this Saturday with my family. I've been really busy. I haven't been able to be around my family in a while, and it was like a family-oriented weekend. It was just so great to see everybody, and we just had fun. I got to hang out with my sweet, sweet nephew and my siblings and my parents, and Literally, it was just great. I mean, it was refreshing and relaxing. I put my phone away and just got to be present with people. Whether it's different kind of sports, so like golf. I know the men love golf. I also enjoy golf. Now, am I great at it? That wasn't the question. Okay, hit or miss. But golf is a good one. Tennis, volleyball. There's run clubs. Run clubs are free. So all you people saying, I don't like to exercise. Okay, well, go hiking. That's still exercise. This is different kind of fun. Find your fun. Things like painting, paint and sip. They teach you how to do it. I'm staring at one of my paint and sips I did right now. It looks like somebody who knows how to paint did it. They're just very good at telling you exactly what to do, so it looks good. Pottery, like I said, escape rooms, window shopping, rage rooms. If that's your version of fun, you want to blow off some steam, go hit a computer with a baseball bat in a rage room, in a controlled environment. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. Things that are free, museums. I live in the Dallas area. I love going to the Dallas Museum of Art. I mean, you pay $20 to park, but if you don't want to do that, you can find free parking and walk elsewhere. Clyde Warren Park, right? Going to different parks. Museums are really fun. Zoos, aquariums. Getting into some free things, so museums can be free. If you want to just go window shop, you don't have to buy anything. But I just like looking at nice things, maybe going to the thrift store or maybe going to the big store, I don't know, maybe walking in the mall. Trivia nights, if you're a big brain. Game nights, there's trivia nights free. Pluckers does Wednesday trivia. So if you want to just go to the bar, get some dinner, do trivia with your family, win. I think you can win gift cards if you're really into it, right? And that's a free thing. You don't have to buy anything. You can just show up. Eventbrite. So Eventbrite is a great place to go to look up varying levels of fun things, events happening around you, whether it's like yoga in the park or like a farmer's market, or estate sales, right? There's so many, or like a movie night, right? Like a drive-in movie or, going to a movie in the park. My city will sometimes do stuff like that. I know my city was doing there's a FIFA Fan Fest for the World Cup. And that's free. You can go do that. Walk around. They have free stuff. Got a charm bracelet just to get out of my evening. There's so many things that you can do rather than just sit and be on your phone and scroll social media and disassociate and watch TV. Now, granted, sometimes it is good to rest. So sometimes rest is fun. Sleeping in, hello, right? The spa. Ooh, I love a spa. That's fun. That's rejuvenating and relaxing. And then some other things, if you want to do a little bit more big ticket items, traveling. Even if it's just a day trip or a road trip or, you fly to a different city for the day and come back. That's been really popular lately. Travel, getting out of your area. If you have family, like I have family up in Virginia, my grandma lives in a nice house, not too far from the beach. Best believe I'm like, hey, first of all, I love and miss you, but also, can I come stay with you and enjoy the pool and the beach and get to be around you, right? Travel, that's fun. Another thing that I think can really help you as far as like expanding your mindset, because this month is about expansion, test driving nice cars. So who told you that you have to be in the market for a new car in order to test drive? And it's not just about test driving, but fun and expansion, things like that help you open your worldview to what is possible. So for me, I'm wanting to start a series, and I already kind of have started, a series of touring apartments. So my lease isn't up for a while, but I'm at this place in my life where I feel like I have a starter apartment, and I would like to get something a little bit nicer, And I want to go start touring luxury apartments, some that are in my price range and some that are out of my price range, just because I want to look at the life through a nice lens, right? I want a rooftop pool. Why not? You know what I mean? Test driving nice cars, window shopping in high-end stores. Sometimes I'll just go into Louis Vuitton and be like, I wonder what I like. I wonder what looks good. I wonder what my next bag's going to be. Am I going to be spending $2,000 on a Louis Vuitton bag right now? No. That's not the point. The point is just having fun, existing. opening your worldview. Like, it doesn't have to cost money. Fun doesn't have to cost money. Fun is meant to get you out of where you're at right now. New environments will rewire what feels normal and what feels possible. And it will expose you to different opportunities. So this one, it wasn't a super long one today because I don't feel like it's just like, it's pretty straightforward and simple. Learn how to have fun. I will also say it's okay to learn how to slow down and rest and not justify rest. Maybe your fun is a nap in the middle of the day. Sounds like a vibe to me. Make sure that you're not so busy trying to stay above water in life that you forget why you're living. Do not spend so much time making a living monetarily that you're not actually living that. We're not meant to be born, work, and die. That's not my portion. That's not your portion either. So I challenge you, whether it's expensive fun or whether it's free fun, that you find a time set aside in your calendar this week to do something for no reason. Something that you enjoy. Maybe it's karaoke, maybe it's paintball, maybe it's going window shopping at Louboutin. You just never know. But what I don't want for you is to be so wrapped up in the rat race in the day-to-day and feeling like you have obligations that you forget that life is meant to be lived. Okay? Life is meant to be lived. Expansion isn't just about doing more, right? The idea is not just to do, and go, and it's about becoming more. It's about opening up your mindset, opening up your worldview to a different way of life. One that is soft and expansive, a life of ease. You deserve a life of ease, not an easy life, because there will be trials and tribulations. Life is hard. Life can be very, very difficult. You look at anybody on the street and they have problems that they are going through. Anyone. But that doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy life. That doesn't mean that you never get to have fun just for the heck of it. You don't have to justify living. Fun is one of the only ways to grow without grinding. Okay? So I challenge you today to go do something fun for no reason. Drop it in the chat. Tell me what you did. And tell me if you learned anything. Or if, your stress levels were lowered. Or if you had fun, like, if it was a good time. Like, tell me what you learned. Because fun is an important part of life. And I don't want you to sidestep it because you think that it doesn't have purpose. Because it does. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode today. I appreciate all of you. I want us to live life joyfully and with fun. And I'm grateful that we get to do it together. So I will see you guys next week for more expansion.